Hey kids, the holidays are coming up, and so today is going to be the first of our holiday series. Um, for this one, we're going to go look at the Star Wars universe. So check it out. That's right, kids. Today we're going to show you how to make a porg. Just kidding. Please don't at me. I'm not going to go cook a porg. But because it's Thanksgiving and because of what's going on globally, now you might have smaller gatherings, or maybe it's just you, or maybe just really, really immediate family. You don't need a whole 20-pound turkey. So I'm going to teach you how to make a roast chicken. But because it's Thanksgiving, I'm also going to show you how to make mashed potatoes, some roast vegetables, and also a nice dessert. So join me today for Castles, Capes, and Clones Cuisine, Thanksgiving Edition, Part 1. So you know me by now. I like to show you guys how to make simple things that everyone I think should know how to make. If I can do it, you can do it kind of mentality here. Not a lot of super weird ingredients and whatnot. And so for today's Thanksgiving episode, I'm gonna start with a very basic roast chicken. All right, so here we have our chicken. I've patted it dry and whatnot. What I wanted to do is actually spatchcock this, but not the kind of traditional way where you cut out the spine and have the whole thing. I actually want to separate this into the white meat part and the dark meat part because I want the dark meat to actually cook longer than the white meat. First, you got to make sure you remove all the neck pieces and the whatever that's inside the cavity. So you basically want to cut on this natural seam here. So you want to cut So you have your two parts. I have my dry brine stuff. So I have salt and pepper, and I have what is a blend I bought from a store, from Trader Joe's actually. It's called Everything But the Leftovers. Smells like Thanksgiving, so I bought it. Otherwise, you can just use dry rosemary, sage, and thyme. Or you can omit it. You can just do salt and pepper. That's fine. The key is to get it everywhere, and then we're going to let it sit in the fridge overnight. I'm actually going to combine these two. When you're doing this, be sure to get it under the skin as well. You know, one of the benefits of spatchcocking it like this, or butterflying it, is that all the pieces you actually want to cook are exposed. You know, because usually if you do a roast whole, the bottom tends to get really not cooked and kind of mushy and not great. This way, all of the important parts are exposed. Don't be afraid to get, you know, underneath here as well. So there you have the spatchcock chicken separated into two pieces. Again, we're going to put this in the fridge for a couple hours to overnight. When you're going to cook it, take it out of the fridge and let it come to room temperature before sticking it in the oven. When you're ready to cook, crank the oven all the way up to 500 degrees. I'm going to cook the legs and thighs first for about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to add the top part, the white meat part, and then probably cook that for about 40-45 minutes. So we'll see you in a second. All right, so now that the chicken has been brining for a while, take it out of the fridge, let it come to room temperature, crank up the oven to 500 degrees, and we're going to cook it in 2 stages. Like I said, you don't have to do this, but I kind of like the dark meat to be a little bit, I guess, overcooked. So I'm going to put the dark meat in first, and then after about 10 minutes, I'm going to put in the white meat. If you pretend that this is your oven, and this is the back, and this is the front with the door, I'm going to stick the pan in like this, with the legs, I don't know, the little feet part towards the back. And then when this goes in, the thicker part of the breast goes towards the front. So, like I said, 10 minutes with just this. After that, add this in there, and then cook for another 40-45 minutes, and it should be good. So, we'll see you then. Alright, so the chicken's been resting for a little bit. Now, it looks a little burned because I did miss a step. I forgot to put oil over the bird. And this is the seasoning that kind of burnt. You know, it's forgivable. You kind of hear... The thing you're going to miss about doing it this way is you don't get that Norman Rockwell holiday Instagram, turkey or chicken picture with everything still intact. But if you carve it well, you can actually present it still. That looks pretty good. If you don't care, then you don't care. So when you're doing this, you can move the rest of that spine. And from here, you want to cut down that little seam and see where the leg and the thigh separate. Do the same over here. There you go. Put this on a plate. And for the white part, you can pretty much cut that down. Move the wings by the joint. For the breast, I'm going to cut it off the carcass. Skin's still intact. I'm going to leave this for a little bit, but, kind of against the grain. Other side off. Could have probably arranged this better looking, but oops. If I played around with this plate and had a bigger one, you could probably present this a little bit prettier. But I mean, it's all there and it's easy to eat. So there you go. Roasted porg, everybody. / chicken. Or you can also do this with a turkey or a Cornish hen. as opposed to any other kind of bird. But here you go. Now, onto the vegetables and sides. Oh, also, don't throw away the carcass. Like if you're gonna, I'm gonna actually have another video on how to make chicken stock, and so use or save all the bones and whatever's left, and we'll use that for the chicken stock. So you can go ahead and like, once you're done, remove all the meat and whatever, and when you leave the bones and all the weird parts, and just stick it in a freezer bag and put it in the freezer, and we'll show you how to make chicken stock.